Exactly. And I was like, what?
You are listening to Party Nerds Weekly.
Welcome back to all of our lovely people out there streaming live and wanting to watch us here at the Party Nerds Podcast. As always, I'm your host, James Grandmaster Facts Boys, Ralphie, Jorge. Haas will be here a little bit later. Of course, you know, we got to get right into it.
Jump right into it. No
of course, Ralphie. I mean, you look like an Atari right now, but
yeah,
it's okay.
Super Mario Brothers.
But Agatha all along released episode 4, and Penguin released episode 3 yesterday. And I gotta say, between those two shows, and I don't want to get sidetracked by what our main topic is today because we're going to be talking about Joker 2, and of course the debauchery the debauchery that seems to be going on with that film. But I don't want it to take. Oh, look who's here early. Is he here early in the car?
Wow.
Yo.
Early in the car? I know.
In the car, baby.
Yo, come on, man. This man is really taking us on a road trip.
I'm in the car. So look. There goes Ralphie. What's up, dog?
This is crazy as shit.
He said,
we promise not to say anything awkward to anybody out there in the world, so Haas doesn't turn into a tree.
Yo, Haas, join us up later. You had your feedback.
Yeah, I'm literally hearing a delay in your car.
The feedback's whack.
I'm literally hearing a delay in your car.
Oh yeah. That's wiggity whack. All right, yo, but I'm gonna be on in like 25 minutes.
I don't.
All right, that's fine.
All right, Chavez to you. Get home safe. I can't even hear Ralphie. Ralphie looks.
My shit's active. I don't see him.
Well, the biggest thing, of course, about Agatha and this Penguin content. Oh, whoa. All right, for one,
I'm having
who is
technical
that?
difficulties.
And who is that? Because now there's two of you.
What is going on in this?
I don't know. Look, this is the witchcraft that I swear that we be getting because of fucking Agatha. So now we got a fully enamored integration of Ralphie.
We got a variant.
We have this frozen frame of old Ralphie from 2 seconds ago. That's what I'm saying. See, this is the shit that we talk about.
Damn.
But to get into it, Agatha all along is turning out to be one of those projects that just like is starting to capture a lot of the audience by the things that have been theorized throughout not only just WandaVision, but also this particular series and what it's basically been led up to through WandaVision and Multiverse of Madness. So when we're getting into this particular episode, there's this whole thing that we saw in the last episode about the Witch's Road that we were basically going to find integrations within the path to where you're starting to introduce to the dynamics of each witch. The last one was Jennifer Hale, and now in this particular concept, you get to basically you're meeting, like, I forget what the Asian lady's name is, but you're seeing like her character brought to life, and she was the one that was missing her mom, and she has the curse that's tattooed on her arm, but it's like a protector spell, right? And then pretty much the only way for them to get through the curse is to basically sing the ballad that her mom created. It was a recreation of the Ballad of Witch's Road that she created as like a pop single, but I guess it was to protect her daughter every time that she sang it. And a little something clicked, and it was the real Vidal character of Audrey Plaza, and everybody was pretty much wondering how that was basically going to tool into who exactly that character is. We talked about it last week. We had a bunch of theories, whether it was Morgan Le Fay. We were thinking like Blackheart and everything like that. We talked about that 2 weeks ago. But necessarily, there was one particular moment where she was having a conversation with Agatha, and she was like, "Well, look, why don't we just get through with the deal? You get your powers back, and I get the bodies." So that should further tell you kind of like who Rio actually is. And I mean, I know because I was spoiled very early and it kind of fucked up the whole thing for me.
He was
But
upset.
I was upset. I was like, I'm still kind of upset that I knew 2 episodes before I actually knew. But also the fact that there was almost like the instant reveal at the end of that episode to where you found out that, you know, Agatha had this whole inclination that the teen was her son that was trapped on the witch's road because she swapped out her son for the Darkhold and basically thought that her son had just grew up in the witch's road. Agent Mephisto possibly made that trade, and Nicholas Scratch, her son, basically just grew up down here this entire time. Not true, because at the end of this episode, Rio basically confirms to Agatha that yeah, that ain't your son. It's definitely not your son. So that should furthermore prove the theory that basically the teen is Billy, or
Mm.
or better yet, Wiccan. And there've been also reports that I mean, already proclaiming that that's Billy, and that the next season of Agatha All Along is basically where they're going to do this whole thing again to where they go get Tommy, and then just try to just get both of them together. So there's that particular viewpoint. And then you come to find out also that Agatha and the Rio Vidal character have been romantically linked in the past. Now, Agatha, of course, probably been around for about a bunch of generations. I'm going to say 6 generations. She's probably like old as shit. You know, she's old as dirt. So this Rio Vidal character is like an entity. It's not like of course, they wanted another green witch and everything like that. And of course, the way that she came through in this episode, when they actually like when they buried Sharon, Mrs. Hart, they buried her like far off, but then they wanted to basically like bring in another green witch. So they carved out like almost like a shadow throughout the leaves in the road of another body. And they did this chant to where the green witch was supposed to appear right from the spot that basically they made the shadow from. But the person didn't emerge from that shadow. It emerged from the body from where Miss Hart was. So it emerged from a place of death. So that's where she basically popped out from. So it was almost like Mrs. Hart was sacrificed. So it's like at the end of that 3rd episode where Mrs. Hart basically is dead, it's like, okay, the only way that Rio can make her way into the witch's road to follow everybody else, get on the path, was to more so have a sacrifice happen so that she could end up there. And if you saw the way that she popped out of the tomb to where they buried Mrs. Hart, she kind of came out like how Wanda did in Multiverse of Madness, how she came out of the mirror, like cracking bones and shit, just to get out of the mirror and everything. So I look forward to how this is going to shape up. But I have to say that like when we're getting into like these next few episodes, there's only, I think, one more witch that they basically have to go through, and that's the older lady who keeps having those like in and out premonitions with Agatha, the Patti LuPone character. Like basically how she's like, she keeps saying shit to Agatha, almost like Wanda's there or like that Agatha's there. We got to save Agatha, but necessarily it's not really like coming through. It's her having a conversation face to face. It's almost like she's somewhere else, like she's having a delusion. So that'll be probably like next episode. And the thing is, we're only like halfway through the season. So that's another good thing.
Do you think there's going to be a halfway break through this? Or
like a
are we just gonna get
mid-season?
a mid-season break?
Well, the thing is, it's supposed to be, we got 1, 2, which was the top 2 in the beginning of the season. There's going to be single episodes all the way until you got to 8, and 8 and 9 are going to be like back to back. You can watch 8 and 9 together. So you're going to get the pre-season finale and the season finale back to back.
That's nice.
It's cool. It's cool, I guess.
I mean, look, if you're thinking about it, generally the cliffhanger usually like ends between those episodes. If you figure that's a conjoined season finale, that kind of works.
True.
I
guess.
All right. Well,
if you're but you the only reason why I'm saying I guess is because, like I said, if you've already kind of given that premonition that the second season is going to be about the finding the other son,
it's a rumor.
Do we? Man,
it's a rumor.
Man, you're pretty good on rumors. You're pretty good.
It's just a rumor.
No.
But Jorge, switch it up, man. We going right into Penguin.
All right.
Yep. So if anybody that has not seen these first 3 episodes of the Penguin, I am coming to terms with people not generally taking into, and we'll talk about it later when we talk about Joker 2, but the simplicity of character making. Sony has had the opportunity to create movies, full feature films with their villains, and they have gone to shit. There's been 3 episodes of this Penguin show, and they have all been flames as far as story built content. For one, if you watched Batman 1 with Robert Pattinson, Matt Reeves, of course, take on the Batman, and the basically the correlation in the events of that particular movie riding right into this series. Episode 3 really jumps into that about what the Riddler did, setting all bombs throughout the seawall, throughout entire Gotham, and then blowing all that up and then flooding all of Gotham, because it creates exactly who Victor is in this series. And the decision that Victor has to make at the end of this episode between leaving Gotham altogether because he doesn't have anything, because he lost his parents and his sister in that flood. He was on a rooftop chilling with his friends, and he saw the flood come into the city, and it fucking buried his mom, his dad, his sister. And then that creates the Victor character that you see there that Oz has to deal with. So this kid is like literally like, should I stay in the hood? There's nobody here for me. I could leave at any moment. The girl that he's been seeing is leaving for California. He don't know whether to go with her. But the thing is, he finds a little bit of comfort in Oz, selling shit, doing illegal shit, but he's getting money. He don't know which hand to cross. And the thing is, Oz is a real good motherfucking peer pressure manipulator. He's real good at that shit. Where he's basically saying, he was like, yo, you think I'm holding you hostage? He was like, you're not my prisoner. You can leave anytime you want. He was like, and he pulled a gun on him. He was like, this is how I make you feel? I make you feel like I'm just pointing a gun at you all the time. You can go whenever you want. Like, he gave him like $1,000, probably more money than he's ever seen in his life. Said that you're basically going to be on a stipend every single week. I'm gonna hit you off with like $1,000 for a kid that's never done anything.
Dude, that's
never had a job.
That's
and then you give him a G note and just says, you're good. I'm gonna give you this once a week, and all you gotta do is drive me around and just like listen to the shit that I'm telling you, blah blah blah. And he's like, whoa. He was like, okay, I'm totally in. This is something that I could necessarily do. And then you're coming to find out, man, and it's really fucked up, because the whole details of the conversation between, I'm going to say, Sophia and Oz is just crazy. That whole dynamic, because you come to find out that Oz had some point of basically making sure that Sophia ended up in Arkham. He was her driver for God knows how long. And he wanted to find a way to come up. and he must have did something particularly awful that hindered Sophia from achieving what she wanted to achieve, because Oz had other plans for himself. It gave him a nightclub, it put money in his pocket. It probably gave him money for his mom. His mom seems like she's going through like some sort of health scare. And that just particularly drove that whole engine. So when she comes out of Arkham, you know, of course she doesn't trust him. But then all the while, Sophia is not getting trust from anybody. She's not getting trust from her uncles. She's not getting trust from the people in her family. She's not getting trust from the people within the organization. So
especially her friend that she went to Lake Como with.
Yo.
Ooh.
So like there's particular things. She's trying to find somebody that's going to be an ally for her. So all the while, she doesn't even understand that she's fallen into this scheme that Oz is just basically unfolding for her. So this is like now just like a perpetual type of thing to where she's like on the ins and outs. She told him in the first episode, I'm not intimidated by you because I know what you're about. You may seem all nice and humble and everything like that, but you're really gung-ho about the shit that you're going for. This is your cup of tea. This is matter of fact, most of the scores that you try to like basically put me in to say the Falcone family is behind this are more than particularly your shit. So this is your counteraction. So when we get to the end of that episode was so pivotal, man. I was blown away by it, because if you think about it, there was this one point at the end where she finally kind of like gives in. And she says, I don't know how to trust you. And he says, how about I keep showing you how? And within 5 minutes of the Maroney family pulling up with guns and fucking Victor coming to save the day, all of a sudden, you know, Oz goes running into his car with Victor. And Victor's like, what about Sophia? And he was like, fuck, leave her. So automatically, you just left Sophia with the Maronis. I mean, hopefully she got away. But she had a little bit of hope. She had a good amount of hope. She was about to give you a little bit of hope. And you fucking bailed on her. So I can imagine what this next episode is going to turn into, which is pretty fucking, the show is amazing. I gotta give it to him, man. Yo, and note for anybody that is already asking, the drug Bliss. If anybody has ever read DC Comics, Bliss is a two-way psychic connector between the brain, which was a character in DC Comics, and the citywide swamp of drug takers to expand the mental capacity to godlike degrees. People are automatically saying that Bliss might be a characterization of the psychotic drugs that the Scarecrow used on Gotham. So when we come to find out that Bliss, that Sophia has been making, that her basically her and her brother had schemed to basically start making money for the organization doing this, is that they started to grow spores in a lab, and then they took the almost like the leakiness from the fungus to basically make Bliss. So New Earth, DC New Earth had Bliss, Prime Earth had Bliss. It was like the latest craze of like fast trending junkie ties in the criminal underworld. Yo, it's lies, all lies. What's up, man? So Bliss was like basically it was a powerful habit forming analgesic created from the reprocessed hormone secretions of kidnapped pre-adolescents and sold across every third world country through the black market. So
that's adrenochrome.
So that's the thing. Like, this is the drug that basically they're selling throughout Gotham. Analgesic. That's what I said. Analgesic. Okay.
Bam.
That's Jesus, bam.
Bam.
So
whoa.
So the thing is, the drug has been introduced in a lot of DC comics. So the brain was basically the criminal underworld component, and there was actually this other drug dealer that was based in Gotham by the name of Elijah. that Batman used to basically go after because he was selling bliss throughout the entire fucking population of Gotham. So those are like counteractions of how this can be like sort of connected. All right. So I am sort of interested as to how Oz gets out of this situation with Victor in tow, because Victor, like I said, this was kind of like Victor's episode. Victor was the one that had his flashback with the flood finally happening with Gotham.
His origin story.
It was basically Victor's origin story. and for the most point, he could have left. Oz gave him an out. He was almost at the bus station. He could have hopped on the fucking bus.
He was going to shoot him. Watch.
Yeah,
yo, I guarantee you, I am thinking at the end of this shit that fucking Oz is just gonna fucking cap him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because literally, I'm thinking to myself, like, yo, Victor is now at the point where he's so naive about the whole situation. And now that he knows that he's getting money in this, how many times could have Oz have killed him? He could have killed him in the grave. He could have killed him when he brought him to that fucking salvage yard. He could have capped him right then and there. He could have killed him in the bathroom in episode 3.
Mm-hmm.
There's going to be an opportunity where it's just going to come to pass, and he's going to be like, man, you know what? Fuck it. It's like, I can't be around this kid. Like, this kid, and everybody like has this like instant perpetuation that Victor's going to turn into Victor's eyes. No, there's no possible way that he's going to turn into Victor's eyes. You know, Victor's eyes does not have a stutter. He's not going to like shave his head and turn into like, like this manipulative writing checks off of all these people that he's killed or anything. Like, Victor doesn't come off as somebody that's going to be sadistic and turn into a killer. You know, like it felt so bad because homeboy is like that innocent. And he brought the goddamn girl over to the crib, tried to have a beer with her and everything like that. He just wanted to make sure all the evidence was out of the crib before Oz got back. He's super innocent. Porky the pig ass. But yo, I was saying it before, man. Yo, the fact that Sony has had feature films where they've had villains that they put on screen, and more so have tried to figure out some type of means and ways to create those villains, and it ended up, yo, what's up, Biggs? And it ended up not affecting nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like Morbius, Venom, whether you want to call them comedies or not, fucking Craven, like those type of things. But yet, in 3 episodes of this Batman series, of the Penguin, I'm sorry, this is just coming off as way better quality story wise. Something that Sony can't even create off of a whim with a feature film to have any type of connectivity towards their own universe. This is intersectionality.
Here we go. No, you see, I knew we were going to get to this. What did Sony have anything to do? Why are you shitting on Sony? What did Sony do to deserve that? It's HBO. DC. You just said like has great villains, great stories, cool.
These are Spider-Man villains.
We all know Sony's been trying to get right, but DC's not in the same boat. Yep. Hold on a second. They got one thing happening, bro. But how many other shitty projects do they have? A ton. So are we gonna just sit here and be like, praise all God to Penguin and all that shit? Just say, fuck no. Like, okay, good shit. It's all right. But it's still fucking boring with the Batman series. And she was still boring. 3 hours of white. 3 hours of me just figuring out, oh, Batman's gonna finally find a crew. Beat the shit out of somebody. Like, this whole shit that's happening right now with Penguin, which, again, I'm giving praise. I'm not knocking confidence. It's amazing and stuff like that. But I'm also like, bruh, what are we getting into right now? Cool about the fact, but where's the element that I need?
But are you waiting for? Do you want Batman to show up? Is that what you want?
I'm not sitting there trying to say I need Batman to show up, but I do need a little bit of because then what's the fucking point?
Nope, that's not the name of the show.
Yeah, that's not the name of the show.
Oh God.
This show is called The Penguin. As a matter of fact, the thing that we're going to talk about is called The Joker, and Batman ain't in that shit either.
Oh my God.
That God damn it. Damn it.
So I mean, to be honest, Penguin's probably the way that the Penguin and Agatha have been shaping up. really good fucking
Great.
TV. Really fucking good TV.
Yeah.
And if the Penguin provides the intersectionality that basically have happened between Batman 1, Robert Pattinson's movie, and this particular series, and that's going to lead into Batman 2, I'm with it. Yeah, Ralphie.
You know what? It's okay. And I'm all right with that. I'm all right with that. Now I'm okay with that. Give me somebody I can beat the fuck up. Anyway.
You just want Batman to be watching from the fucking
I just
from the back
just from
cave.
the distance, just sitting there upset.
Yeah.
Just
one cameo.
Just one cameo of him sitting in the bell tower, just watching over
I'll be
Penguin.
good.
Yeah.
Just
At least a
need one,
silhouette
man.
in the moon.
I see you out there hurting kids,
Y'all clearly tell me y'all was in the corner
selling this
last-
bliss bullshit.
Swear to
Give me the
me.
Christian Bale.
Look at
Give me the Christian
me.
Bale.
Ah, man, as long as it ain't Christian Bale. I mean, I'm to be
Please
honest,
give me Christian.
I'm good with Robert Pattinson right now. He better not fuck this up. You know. So I mean, for the most part, Sophia Falcone has been playing her role. The fact that they have that we're seeing an in-depth, I guess. Look, I like the show, but I really want them to do other villains besides the one we used to, such as who, Biggs?
Poison Ivy. Give me Poison Ivy.
Why Poison Ivy, Ralph?
Why not? I think she's complex. We clearly understand that she's great with plants. There's plants all around. We like Last of Us, right? So why not work with Poison Ivy? Give us something a little bit off brand. You know what I'm saying?
What
I
if
like
what if the spores that they're making the drug Bliss from is actually from Poison Ivy's garden?
Ooh.
Interesting take.
Because
Interesting.
they're
But,
actually
you know,
mushrooms. Oh, look, see, every
I
gave
like
it to you. He said, just drop Dominic Toretto in and Ralphie will be happy. Man's one dimensional. Go ahead, give it to him.
Wow. Wow. I'm more than this. I'm more than this, everybody. I am more than this. But if you did, you see how you see in Batman 1 when he came off that cliff, right? That was a whole bunch of fire and all that. What do you think you got it from Fast and Furious, Dominic Toretto?
You saying Batman got shit from Fast and the Furious? You gotta stop.
You damn right. You damn right. Just think about it. Flying out of buildings and shit about like that. Anyway,
flying out of buildings. You saying that? Oh, stop, man. You got to stop. All right. So, but I elaborate. If there's other villains outside of Gotham, and the thing is, I remember the Gotham series that used to come on Fox, and that was like a multitude of a lot of the villains that Batman used to have in his rogue gallery, just all acting as one. Whether it was the Joker, whether it was the Riddler, whether it was the Penguin. The climate deniers with Riot Ivy. Yo, to be honest, that actually might be a good story. That would be a
see what I'm saying?
That would be a great story. See, Ralph, you could have came up with something like that. Bam actually came up with something like that. That's
I'm
some good shit.
of Bam, bro. Bam, I'm
He
with
said
you.
the climate deniers with Riot Ivy. You imagine Poison Ivy against climate deniers.
Mm.
It was like, what humans are doing to this planet is ruining us. I have to take all them out.
You have to take all them.
It would be fire. And then what does Batman have to do? Beat the shit out of her. You know what I'm saying?
He never beats the shit out of Poison Ivy. You just arrest her. Yeah, you want him to beat the shit out of her? That's crazy.
Something about Batman and him just fighting.
No puncher.
Just doing it. Just punching.
Like no holds barred. He gotta beat the ever-loving dog shit out of Poison Ivy. What's wrong with you, Ralph?
Pottery and
It hits her with pottery. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Again,
that's inventive.
We're at a day and age. Violence really rules. If you don't got no violence in it, I don't know what we're watching. We're gonna feel lost like the Joker.
But ultimately, do I think that this Penguin series leads to another villain? Absolutely. Do I think that this Penguin series leads to another villain that could appear in the next Batman movie? Absolutely.
You think it'll set up for the next Batman movie?
Well, the next Batman movie is set to be in the season of winter.
Oh,
So that only leads to one person.
Who you think that is?
Who you think it is? It is time to chill. Him. Equality.
Thank you, Bam Bam. Thank you. Hashtag feminism.
Oh my God. So if you figure, okay, there's a flood that already happened in Gotham that they haven't been able to clean up 2 weeks after the Riddler did it, and then the next Batman movie is centered around winter. So imagine that all that fucking water that then hit Gotham is frozen. There you go.
Yeah. Oh shit.
So, Biggs.
Yeah.
Now here's the thing. I don't want to be that guy. Deathstroke is the Teen Titans villain. I like Deathstroke.
Again, we had this conversation.
I know y'all love seeing Deathstroke fight Batman, but Deathstroke likes boys. Bane, I will give you Bane. Batman sending her ass to the ER because equality. See, y'all crazy.
We
y'all
are all on this. We're all on the same page. I just started the movement. We're all on the same page. Again, hashtag feminism, hashtag equality.
We can't be having that shit. No way. Could you imagine? All right, for one, we have never seen a Batman movie other than maybe Catwoman. Because remember, if you remember Batman Returns, he had a full-on physical fist fight with Catwoman, Michelle Pfeiffer's character. And he punched her one time. And he was like, oh shit, my bad. Like like she was doing all types of shit on him. She hit him with the whip. She did like a backflip kick on his ass. She was busting his ass, and he hit her one good time. He was like, "How could you hit me? I'm a woman." And she beat the shit out of him. He never put his hands on Poison Ivy.
Because Poison Ivy had that gas, okay? Had that gas. What was it, George? Was it George Clooney?
That shit, the fucking the kiss of death type shit.
Yep.
Batman on ice. Look, my man, Mr. Freeze. All he wants to do is keep his woman preserved on ice in this little like tomb, but he got to keep it a certain temperature. His refrigerator got to be on at all times. But fucking Batman will beat his ass. Christian Bale would have kept punching.
Thank you.
He would have kept punching.
You know exactly what this is. Like, imagine the film. He gripped up. Word is the potion. It's just him just yelling constantly.
Take the reins. I'll be right back.
I'm just sitting here, literally I'm figuring things out. Again, we're setting up for this next film. We obviously understand it's gonna be Freeze. Okay, it's setting up the plot. But what happens? What happens if they also introduce again a female villain? Because you know why? Equality. Okay, equality, and we need more female villain roles. Give me Poison Ivy. That's all I'm saying.
You think Poison Ivy would be better than Catwoman, or?
I think it will kind of take away from obviously all this lovey-dovey and yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, I obviously understand that there's the tension that's right there, but again, what about Rachel? Is Rachel just non-existent all of a sudden? We don't know where Rachel is. That's, you know what I'm saying? Give it out. Come on. Give me somebody else that want to play around with the emotions, okay? Redhead man, don't mess with him. Don't do that, man. You're blocking off a certain segment, okay? This is time for us to spawn new things. So voila, you're welcome. Okay? I did that. I kind of gave y'all a little scenario, and I'm glad you're all on the boat with this one.
You know, it should be good. Phantasm. Remember Phantasm?
I do not, but please explain.
Oh man, James, what do you?
And I'm back.
What do you think of Phantasm as next female villain?
Who?
Phantasm.
Oh, the Mask of the Phantasm?
Yeah.
Oh man, bro. You want to talk about one of the greatest fucking Batman movies ever?
Animated movies, right?
Animated movies. Yeah. Mask of the Phantasm, 1995. Shit was excellent. Zoe Kravitz, Catwoman versus Ivy. I'll take that.
See? His name is Victor Freeze.
Bro.
Okay.
Wait. No. Please, I hope we don't go there. That Victor ends up being.
How he's going to get 3 PhDs in that short time? Huh?
But the what?
How's he going to get 3 PhDs in such a short time?
Yeah, exactly, man. Victor Freeze is like a fucking
First off,
biogeneticist.
Yes.
Clearly, y'all didn't go to University of Phoenix. Okay, so come on now.
Obviously, DeVry graduate.
DeVry, come on. Y'all are amateurs.
I don't know what you talking about. Shit, come on. But now that we're here, let's get into it, because there's pretty much, look, the turbulence that this fucking movie has caused, because we were on a good streak.
Oh yeah,
we had good movies.
We were guaranteed. Remember? We were guaranteed a good movie.
We were guaranteed good movies for a good amount of time. We had a good streak going. And we hadn't had an opportunity for us to bash any type of movies for a good while until this movie came along. and the thing is, we were all very weary of it. we were weary of it because this is the thing. We knew early that this movie was going to be a musical. We knew early. Exactly. We knew as early as last year that this shit was going to be musical. I feel bad for the people that watch the trailers because they didn't put any of the particular nuances that this shit was going to be a musical in the trailers. And then when the movie actually drops and they're watching it on the screen for the very first time, the people that were misled and did not do the reading like we did, particularly got shammed. Because how many musical pieces were in this movie? God damn, let me count.
They tried to do Sweeney Todd.
Yes, they did. Yes, they did. So my particular thing about this, Robert Pattinson is singing with Lady Gaga in the next one. God damn it.
I like that.
There was at least 6 to 7 musical pieces in this particular film. And some of them were elaborate. They were like there was stage sets and tapping and fucking scatting. I was like, what the fuck?
But there's scatting.
Yeah, they were scatting their ass off.
Do you think they were relying on the Gaga army? Just like they did for Star Wars.
But the thing is, like, I feel like Gaga didn't even have that much singing to do. She did like what, 1, 2?
Yeah,
2.
She did 2. He said, but Sweeney Todd was great. Absolutely. Yo, but I get it what people are saying, because the first movie made $1 billion. This Arthur Fleck Joker movie that basically gave Joaquin Phoenix an Oscar for the character of Joker.
Yep.
Made $1 billion.
Earned that.
And you could have been done with the franchise. Here he is, finally.
No, there he is.
Yeah.
Haas can officially speak his thoughts because we've been waiting on it.
I gave Andre.
You thought Gaga was a good cast?
I gave it I thought it was a different take because, again, we're always so familiar with Margot Robbie. Let me see what she has and stuff like that. Especially if it's going to be a musical, I probably want somebody who can sing to then do that. Don't give me somebody off brand. I'll give her an effort like we gave Jared Leto a Joker effort, like,
right. And I get that too. Joker has the clown prince of crime has elements in his body, in his genetic makeup where he might sing a few fucking bars, but he's not doing whole fucking show tunes throughout the entire fucking movie. So yes, it was a choice. He said, I thought it was only going to be a couple songs. I'm glad I didn't go see it now. Because it was like 6-7 tracks.
Yeah,
it was like I'm sitting there like, damn, like every scene that they're going to, whether it was like the jail cell, whether it was the stage presence, whether it was the courtroom, everything turned into a fucking song. And I'm like, wait, how does this build into the story?
Right.
What's the story now? To be honest, I'll tell you what, all that bullshit aside, to be honest, I actually like the ending.
No, don't.
It's like it was an LP.
I hated it. It really was.
I actually liked it. You know why? Because there was an ending. It's over. It was a tragedy. Go off, Haas. Go ahead. Say it.
Hold on.
Go off.
That's the part that got me. Once I saw the ending, I was like, thank God. Thank you, God. I was like, good. Good, that's great.
I felt so lost.
Because by the end of that movie, that's what I was waiting on. I was like, he got to get got for this bullshit.
But you see, this is why I'm not gonna trash it, because again, y'all and this, you know what? Chastise me. I'm ready for all of this, baby.
No, because you saw what I put up there earlier. I was like,
I'm ready for this. I'm ready. At least this was, like I said, was something better than Batman literally just boring me for 3 segments. I got musical and I felt lost and I didn't really know what I was doing. And then, yeah, you finally ended and I'm like, all right, cool. But I'm not going to sit there and trash it, because like I said, it was bad and I already had my expectations for it. But
okay,
I'm not
if
going to
it's bad
sit
and you
like,
lost your expectations, then it's trash.
No.
Yes.
No.
It's bad.
Trash.
It's bad. It's Ralphie. And the thing is, I think I'm gonna go ahead and try to save some face. What I talked about in the chat, I said it made a lot of money internationally. It made shit here on the US because this is a US based product. The director wanted to give his own interpretation of what he could bring to the Joker, because the Joker pretty much, aside from anything, if he does solo in comic books, there is basically no solo Joker stuff. It's all derived around Batman. So the thing is, what can you create psychosis wise between Arthur Fleck? So he tried to create this Crown Prince of Crime. You know what I'm saying? Doing the songs and all that type of stuff. He adds Harley to the aspect. And then it just ended up being shit. It was 7 fucking songs. 7
long ass song.
Long songs. Like, they was long.
I mean, it felt like I was listening to a Broadway. All I'm gonna say is it was fucking horrible. It was fucking
see, just say it. Just admit it. Just say it with your chest.
It was bad.
It was bad.
Yeah, it was bad. It was bad.
It was bad.
It was bad. Sorry, guys. I tried. Sorry. But are we gonna really blame the director? Is it really his fault?
Well, if it was his interpretation of what he wanted this next movie to be, if it's a combined effort, like who was misled that went to the movie theaters and found out, because we knew a year prior, but people that just was like, oh, Joker 2 is coming out, let me go see it in the theater.
Yeah.
And then finds out there's 7 fucking musical songs in here that I gotta sit through storyline wise.
Nah, fuck that.
I feel misled.
No, fuck that. Blame yourselves. Because again, I'm not gonna go ahead and have somebody else who decided to not do a single amount of, like, at least seeing a trailer or something like that, to then go to the movie and not know it was a musical. Like, blame yourself. Don't blame nobody. You decided to go in there and see this pretty rugged film. I'm not gonna say terrible, but it's pretty rugged film, and listen to a couple musical. I mean, you guys did it for the fucking Flash.
No, not me. That's one movie I found bootlegged. That's absolutely.
All I'm saying is that, yes, was this a dumpster fire? Yeah. Are we going to trash it? But other people at least are seeing it for, again, what the art is. Thank you for at least still putting it out and dropping it compared to, like, other films, which they probably just pulled back. And we all know what it was. It was a fucking cash grab.
Yo,
from the fucking executives.
But wouldn't it be amazing? Wouldn't it be amazing if this shit did numbers internationally?
It's watch. They haven't released in China yet. Wait till China sees it.
No, this is the thing. It only got released in Europe First week internationally, it did $81 million internationally. It only did 40 here, and it still hasn't been released in China and Japan yet. So I'm looking at that from that output is like, okay, they might have another big weekend because it gets released over there internationally, Japan, China, such and so forth. But after that fact, do the numbers dip? And then that's it.
They make their money, right? That's what they wanted. They wanted a cash grab. They got it.
And Dre, I'm with you. I could have listened. I could have got away with just the first song that they did, and the rest of the movie could have been something else. But six more tracks.
He was watching y'all upset.
I'm going through a whole mixtape.
Yeah, a whole mixtape.
Haas, give it to us. Go ahead.
Haas, go ahead, Haas.
Y'all can hear me?
Yep.
Oh, good. I'm trying to connect my headphones, but forget the
Don't worry
headphones.
about it.
Listen.
Wait, Todd Phillips officially said something?
Yeah, well, he basically said, I'm done with doing anything in the DC universe.
Which is fine because,
Which
like
is
I said,
fine.
we understand that it's a tough market.
We thought you were going to do a one-off with Joker.
That's it. He should have just went off and rode to the sunset.
That's it.
But you let the money talk.
Listen, man.
It was the color purple. Wow.
Damn.
So listen, I am convinced this is one of the worst movies in the history of cinema. And I'm going to
watch it how many times?
Oh, come on.
the reasons why.
Go ahead, Haas.
Go ahead.
Listen, there's been movies that had
It was Batgirl.
Yes.
low or no budget. There's been movies that had no talent. There's been, as far as acting, there's been movies that had no direction. There's been movies that weren't lit correctly. There's been movies with terrible scores. There's been movies that were intentionally bad. This movie is one of the worst movies in cinema because DC put quality in this motherfucker. They put quality.
They made up songs.
Yes, like they tried. They was like, "Ooh, we're gonna shock the world with this one." They loved the first Joker. Wait till we hit him with this. Like they really tried to put something together that was so different and try to capitalize off of the first Joker movie. Right, first Joker movie was pretty good. It was great.
Made a Billy.
But it was great because it was in its own little pocket universe in the DC universe.
Right.
But there were some things that were not sustainable that made it a one-off. One, there wasn't an active Batman at the time. There's only a little boy. There's no active Batman. If you have the Joker and you don't have Batman around the corner, the shit's not going to work. It's not sustainable. It's not. It is not sustainable. You cannot continue to keep making movies without an active Batman. It's just not going to happen. It's not going to last. Right?
It sounds like Ralphie's argument for Penguin.
Well, you have to wait.
Thank you. Thank you. But whatever.
Wait a minute. You're not going to. First of all, Penguin is the shit. And there's an active Batman that everybody knows is right around the corner.
Which you're not.
And
you're not going to see.
Batman can pop in that show any given time, any minute of the day. Batman can pop up on that show and see what's popping. In the Joker universe, that is not happening. That kid goes to school and he has homework and he drinks cookies and milk. All right? Like, it is not the same. Number two, this Harley Quinn that they showed us is not Harley Quinn. I don't know what that woman is. Listen, Lady Gaga did her best. She did what she could possibly do with the shit that she was given. She tried to make something happen, but that is not Harley Quinn.
They could have took her out.
Harley Quinn is not just a crazy person, bro. First of all, she's super intelligent. Number one. Number two, she's a little like her personality is when it comes to the Joker is. Even though they try to give an essence like, oh, she's all about him and shit like that. Nah, bro. She's obsessed with Mr. J, bro. It's not the same. It is not the same. It's not, they didn't have the same chemistry. That chemistry was whack. They had the worst sex scene in the history of cinema. Like that was just weird and creepy. Felt bad. Like
I felt bad.
It was just hard to watch.
That was hard to watch.
No villain. Who the fuck is the villain?
There's no villain.
Like, still,
society.
Movie,
Society's the fucking villain. Because the way that you're trashing this.
Who does Joker going up with? He's just trying to get out of jail. That shit is whack. This shit is wiggity whack. It is trash. The musicals. Oh my god, the musicals. They had number one. They should have did just one musical number.
That's what we said. You could have got away with the first one and then just let the movie go.
One musical number. Why are you hitting us every 5 minutes with a fucking musical song? Like nobody wants to see that shit. First of all, when they first said it was a musical, people was already trashing it. Then they killed us because they was like, oh, they showed us a trailer. They showed us trailers without musicals. So they're like, all right, maybe it's not going to be that bad. But every 5 minutes is a fucking song.
That's what I said. The jail cell, the courtroom, out on the steps.
There's no plot to this movie, Ralphie. There is no plot. There is no plot.
There is no plot. That there is no plot. No plot. Are you in a lost vastness of what the fuck is going on? Why am I listening to another song?
There are too many.
I don't really understand.
There's wasted talent. There is they put money into this film.
Yeah.
Right? Put money into this film to try to get a little cash grab, and it set DC and Warner Brothers back decades. That's how bad that movie is. You know what they did?
That's
they
fucked up.
People are already ready to break away from DC and WB with these fucking movies. Like it's gonna trash the new DC universe because people want to be like, this DC shit, I'm not fucking with it.
Because we're at the point right now where we are now in the extension of James Gunn's reign in DC. He has not, in his own movie set, hasn't put any movies out himself, but yet he is under the banner as the president. And so Blue Beetle has come out. Blue Beetle has come out and did the numbers that they did. The Joker 2 has come out and has done the numbers that they have done. So everything is now sitting,
right now.
Sitting in the simplicity of what is happening with him. So now he's going to put out his Superman project, which is going to happen at the beginning of next year. And the first thing that's on people's minds, it sucks. It sucks to think like that.
It's this shitty ass film.
It's this shitty ass film.
It's gonna be trash.
This film is going to continue into the DC universe, Ralphie. This is bigger than what you can even imagine. This is one of the shittiest films of all time. One of the shittiest.
All right, so ready for this?
What is it? 6 times.
No, you got that. You got this. There's a lot of y'all in the comments as well too commenting, and you both were over here commenting. You know what, Jorge? I think you're on my side, brother. You didn't like it. You just decided to not watch it because you have things better in your life.
No, he decided not to watch it. This
hold on. You got between this and Madam Web. Which are you choosing?
Madam Web.
Madam Web.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Madam Web. You know what? Madam Web.
I'm so sorry, Mike.
I'd rather see Mike Epps die in 10 minutes.
These two light-skinned brothers that's right next to me.
I'd rather see Mike Epps die within 10 minutes.
I really hate this town. I really love this town. Shooby-doo, wop, da, wow, wow.
So the best thing about the Joker film, other than it finally ended, was just seeing Jar Jar Binks. That's it. That's the only thing. You got to see her. That's it.
Her fine ass. All right. But all right. So when we're looking at it basically the argument that we're putting up is that this movie has a trajectory of pushing other movies into its fucking sewer. So like we said, the DCU hasn't even released any of their first phase lineups. The Lanterns, Superman, Wonder Woman, Supergirl, whatever they're putting out. All that we're saying is that this movie is going to leave a stench on anything that's being created after this.
But James, what if they designed it to have set a very low bar, so when you go see James Gunn's flicks, we're going to be like, oh my God.
Why would you do that? Why would you do that? No way you would do that.
Yo, when y'all seen this movie, did y'all get any feeling of this? Did this feel like this? Like this t-shirt? No. Why do we have Joker and Harley Quinn together and it doesn't feel
because Nah, fuck that.
Because what?
We had gotten already Arthur Fleck prior before, okay? If you watch the previous film, he was already, again, in his own complexity in that way. Yeah, he's not always going to be fucking maniacal. He wasn't maniacal in the fucking first one anyway. He was just really just fucked up. But time out. Yo, hear me out, huh? Hear me out.
Can I get them?
But the thing is again, it's not that. It's its own subset, like you just said. So with that being said, it's just him trying to get his freedom, trying to prove, like, yeah, man, I go through a little bit of things as well too. And then, society got me fucked up. Again, the movie's about society fucking him up, and he can't get out. And then what happens? He gets stabbed. Okay,
this movie is a menace to
somebody. But regardless, for you guys to sit here and legitimately say like this movie is worse than Madam Web has thrown me all the way off, bro.
Yes, I'd rather watch Madam Web.
Okay,
you're sick.
I'll tell you what, Ralph. I'll play your game real quick. So let's say that this particular Joker, this Arthur Fleck, was never even the Joker to begin with.
Okay.
That basically he was driven by society in order to become a creation, a character of what society made him to be, which was this maniacal, psychotic person. And then he took on a persona that he created because he was a stand-up comedian. That made him the Joker, right? So we go through one whole movie of that. And you come to find out this debilitating character who then finally ends up in jail because he has a psychotic episode. And basically people start to mirror themselves looking at him and be like, you know what? I feel that same certain way. And they start to destroy Gotham. That's the first film. I get to the second film. And then the second film shows Arthur going through a deeper psychotic episode, but so much so that he finds a correlation through music with a certain other individual that he happens to be in Arkham Asylum with. And then we're going to do songs together. Does that sound crazy?
That sounds very crazy and beautiful on top of it. It's like a beautiful. Disaster. It's a beautiful disaster.
Don't you use it, unless it's Jar Jar Beats. Don't say nothing beautiful about this.
No. But then, like I said before, best part of the movie was motherfucker getting stabbed at the end because I felt like there was an ending.
Yes, on that aspect, yes. But back on that ending, wow! Like, how is that the ending? How? After all the singing and dancing and the show tunes,
he was never the Joker to begin with.
Crazy work, bro.
Because if we know, I mean, if we're going to take it there and be like, okay, the whole debilitating fact of the Joker is that there is no one particular Joker. There's like three. There's always three Jokers, regardless of where basically that they're at. So if somebody perpetuates himself as to being the Joker, they might necessarily not be the Joker. So at the whole time that Batman was fighting the Clown Prince of Crime somewhere in Gotham, there was always another one out there doing some dirt. So if Arthur Fleck gets shanked in the movie by somebody who, I guess, descriptively looks like the Joker, maybe that's the next Joker. Maybe Arthur was never supposed to be that. Maybe Arthur was just basically the persona of the Joker being brought to life in these movies. So like I said, I'll play your game, Ralph. See that? I just made the movie a little bit more interesting. But guess what? Boom. It's still trash.
It's one of the worst movies ever. Like, any genre. Like, this is a bad film, bro. Like, this is not, like, you can't recommend this film to anybody.
You think
like,
I'm not going to recommend it.
This movie's so bad. Hold on.
But this is
so bad. You know, there's movies that are so bad, you're like, yo, you got to watch this movie. That's how bad it is. Like, this shit is crazy. Like, you can't recommend it. Like, nah, stay away from this fucking film.
Yeah.
It is horrible. It is not watchable.
If y'all go to a barber shop and you see a DVD on the side, just pick it up. Support your local bootlegger. Pick it up, and then give it about 30 minutes.
No, why are you suggesting that?
No,
why
it's not better than the Eternals. It absolutely is not better than the Eternals.
It was definitely better than the Eternals.
These are all I did was polish. See all that talking that I did? It didn't do anything. It was still shitty.
Yep. Joker 2 makes Eternals look like Gone with the Wind.
Wow. That's
how bad Joker 2 is.
Wow, Haas.
No, because
I'd rather
The Room. That was another bad movie they had to watch.
Here's the thing.
That's
Eternals Eternals was boring
till the end.
but it was watchable.
Yeah, because the end was the shit.
It's different. It was boring, but it wasn't boring to the point where I wanted to go to sleep. It was just boring because I felt I expected.
That's just your age talking. What are you talking? That's just your age talking. You just couldn't make it. Eternals and Dune
is not watchable. It is not watchable.
But Madam Web is okay. Watch it, Mike Epps.
No. Nobody said Madam Web was watchable. I'm just saying Madam Web's a better film.
Get out.
No, Madam Web's a better film. It's a better film. It's a better film. It's a better film. Now I fell asleep through that too the first couple times trying to watch it. But nah, I can't look at
He said it's on YouTube soon, like the Badlands movie.
Madam Web.
He said, "How dare you lower the quality of Gone with the Wind?" God damn.
We knew Joker 2 potentially it was going to be bad when they said it was a musical. Then they came out with this trailer. It was like, oh, all right.
The trailer had no musical implements. None.
Madam Web was destined to be horrible.
No. Check this out. You know what was fucked up about Madam Web though? The fact that they gave us Sydney Sweeney and the rest of the characters all in those costumes, and that shit was 5 seconds.
A dream sequence.
A dream sequence of the movie.
A vision.
That's like Madame Web when they were.
That's what I was saying. That's what I'm talking about.
That's what I'm saying.
So at least I knew that was going to happen, but then I got tricked because it was a dream sequence. In this, I see the trailer and I'm like, okay, I see Arthur going to prison. I see Arthur in the court. I see Arthur in jail. I see Arthur meeting Lady Gaga. So if I'm somebody on the outside looking in, I don't know the news.
Right.
I'm not particularly known to the aspect that this was going to be a musical. I would have feel like I got duped.
Yeah. Listen, just going on like my Facebook feeds and stuff like that. Like so many people wanted to just generally go see the movie because they like Joker 2. I mean Joker 1.
Joker 1 was amazing. To me.
Who's going with me to go see Joker? And then here I come with the goddamn Rotten Tomatoes screenshot. Stay away from this shit. Like,
well, you was the preacher to the vampires. Don't go there, son.
Sometimes you gotta stop people from doing shit that they're gonna regret.
What?
So I'm that guy.
He stops people from spending their money for this shit.
Yo, what? Because why are we gonna support for what? So they can. What if somehow there was enough people to wanted to watch it, even though they didn't like it, they made enough money to be like, all right, let's greenlit another piece of shit.
Look.
Well,
that's the thing. This is where marketing comes in, because there's a movie just like that. If anybody has seen Transformers 1, that is not getting the money that it should, because that movie is fucking amazing.
So
because it's an animation.
So anybody that wanted to go see Joker 2, take your money and go see Transformers 1.
Transformers 1. And it's not because it's animation. Animation does well.
This shit is trash. First of all,
I'm gonna go ahead and watch it. I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch it on.
Rant about you said, "Oh, I'm gonna rent," and then you had a change of heart.
Well, because the thing, time out. Because the thing is the reason why is because, again, we knew if it was the executives that were the reason that you pushed Todd Phillips out, then again, I wanted to rip the executives. I don't have any confirmations that if it was them or not. But long story short is like it made no fucking sense for y'all to put something and you don't listen to the honest, because then they say they're gonna do something like super fans are gonna start making they're gonna get some info from like super fans or some shit like that. Like, why the fuck would you give us some nonsense if you knew it was going to be trash? And it's like this consistency that just happens in DC or WB or wherever the fuck they come from, and then you guys just put it out there. You give a bad rap to the actors and actresses because it's not their fucking fault. It's because whoever these, again, investors are pieces of fucking shit. So if you guys don't watch shit, you don't know shit, then why the fuck are you inputting shit?
This is also another thing. This is and I got to give you kudos on that. But this is another thing that seems to be a pattern that's starting to happen with especially comic book movies. You know, if you do $1 billion movie, it's a kiss of death. Can you repeat that magic?
No.
More than likely, the new Transformers.
You got to be.
Take your son, Parker Gregory. Take your son. Transformers 1 is flames.
You gotta make $1 billion multiple times. You got to be Spider-Man. You got to be the Avengers. You got to be Batman.
That's it.
Bam, bam. I'm good. I'll listen to Nickelback. I like a good Nickelback song. You know what I'm
That's-
saying? Good song.
And this
Nickelback's actually all right.
This is how you remind
those three
me.
franchises in the comic book genre: Batman, Spider-Man, Avengers. Those are the only ones.
That's it. Those are the only ones that ever went back to back.
$1 billion flicks in their franchise.
That's it. Because everybody else, Aquaman has done $1 billion movie. Second movie did shit. Joker did $1 billion movie. Second movie did shit. You
Black
know,
Panther did $1 billion.
second movie did 800.
Didn't get back to $1 billion.
Didn't get back to $1 billion.
Captain Marvel did $1 billion. Didn't get back.
Marvels didn't do shit.
Right.
So you do $1
So
billion movie. All of a sudden, the hopes are here. The expectations are way the fuck up here.
Iron Man got to $1 billion once.
One time. Because it's already a C-list character. And then his villains ain't shit anyway.
Captain America got to $1 billion once with 3.
Yeah. Civil War. Introduction of
Spider-Man.
Yep. That's why.
Deadpool and Wolverine both did $1 billion together.
Mm-hmm.
But that's one.
Yeah. That's one.
That's
you would have figured, oh well, Logan got close.
Really?
Yeah.
Logan got close. Logan did 800 mil.
What was opening with him?
Great.
The opening did like 100 mil.
Yeah, but who was he competing against? The movie.
Who did get? Who? I don't know what competed against.
Captain
Marvel's $1 billion was by accident. Damn, Everett.
Don't you do that? Don't do that. Don't do that.
Damn, yo, there was a lot of people that went to go see the Captain Marvel. I did. For one, I'm a firm believer in the Marvel Cosmic Universe, and to watch the Supreme Intelligence on screen, even though I didn't even see the Supreme Intelligence, to come to find out it was Annette Bening, fucked my whole head up.
Annette Bening.
Annette Bening was the Supreme Intelligence. Supreme Intelligence is a brain in a fucking tube. And that's only because they had to make Iron Man likable in the movies. He's a D-bag in the comics. This is also correct. So's Captain America. And Thor don't even know how to talk in the comics. True. Just saying.
True. So like I said, like I said, it's not a lot of franchises that even get it. So to do it multiple times, there's got to be a lot going. A lot has to be right. And your character has to be popular.
Yep. He said he wants to know which insurance companies are covering the loss on these movies. The same insurance companies that are down in Florida for these hurricanes. That's who.
Oh, I think we got
I hope it gets trashed. I hope they get. Well,
Logan,
Ralph.
Logan did 600,000.
6 mil. Oh, first week?
100 million. My bad. 600
mil first week. 600 mil worldwide.
Worldwide, yeah.
And that was a great movie.
That's a great film.
That's a great movie.
That's a great film. But R-rated.
Look, Andre said, I thought it. You said it. Yes. This is correct.
So if DC should have, first of all, there's gotta be.
I want DC to win.
We all do. It's not
helping.
There's not enough brain power in these meetings that are coming up the right ideas. You can literally see that Joker was a standalone movie. Why don't we test the market with another villain, give him a different origin, and it can actually be in that same Joker universe, and you can play off of, all right, now let's do.
But I know what he's about to say. Isn't that the problem with all the Spider-Man villains right now?
You can do that, but
there you go.
So Watson, you leave it alone. You can't do Joker again.
No, you cannot do Joker again. No,
not this Joker.
But the fact of the matter is that, again, you have these people that are in these boardrooms that think they don't go outside of the box. Again, they don't. The moment that they think you can go outside of the box, they feel like it's an instant fail because why? It's not a name that's fucking possible.
They went outside the box, Rafi. They did a fucking musical.
What if it's a misunderstood masterpiece?
I'm talking about.
Then obviously we're not seeing it because everybody that seems to be liking the film are way overseas and they like watching fucking operas with clowns. So that's their things. You know what I'm saying? If I'm in Italy, that's probably the Penguin is killing it by itself. We talked about that earlier, that the fact that Sony puts out the Rogue Gallery for Spider-Man and full feature films that end up being shit, but Penguin got 3 episodes that are intersectionality towards Batman 1 with Robert Pattinson, and they turn out to be flames. So I'm not sure what the correlation is.
Venom's a good.
Venom's pretty good.
Venom's just comic relief. It's not great.
It's not a bad franchise. It's good.
It's exactly.
Glad this is it for Tom Hardy.
But look, Penguin is in an active Batman universe, so you get to watch the movie, then you watch Penguin, and then
you're gonna watch Batman 2, and it's gonna ride right into that.
Penguin's gonna be in it.
Yep. Possibly running an organization for Victor Freeze, because the next Batman is gonna be detailed in winter.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Like, so there's reasons to watch, and they're giving you quality. So not only now you're invested because it's part of a universe, and then it's good. It's really good. It's fire. So now you're really invested. Joker, while the movie was great, the original, it didn't have sustainable elements to continue.
Yeah, it's almost like
sustainable elements. Then yes, we could get sequels. That was a standalone.
Did Todd even want to do this movie?
What's that?
Todd didn't want to.
Yeah, did Todd want to do this movie? He made $1 billion, and it was like it was supposed to be a one-off. Like, did he want to do this movie?
This wasn't. That's what I'm saying. It wasn't. You can already tell from it. It wasn't like his. And why else would he have exited out of DC like that? Because he knew the fucking backlash that was coming his way. He didn't want to do this, but here we are.
It was absolutely
again,
coming.
as expected, as with all of the fans and any type of Star Wars fans to be the most, we will literally chastise you. But Todd said, he's like, I did what I needed to do. I'm out. Leave me alone. I didn't want to do this. It's the fucking execs. So if the execs are watching this and you see my fucking face pop up on your fucking feed, I'm going to tell you like this. Stop what the fuck you're doing. You don't know anything. Look, you clearly don't have an input. Stop doing it.
This is coming from the same man that did Hangover 1, 2, and 3, Due Date, War Dogs, and School for Scoundrels. Starsky and Hutch, old school road trip frat house. So for him to do Joker, I'm sure this was beyond his playing field.
Yeah.
Oh, I love Star Trek. Man.
No, it's a meta masterpiece of how society expected the Joker to be crazy, but he was out to flex, aka what the director wanted him to be, a tortured man who went crazy in the first movie.
Right.
Second movie, I mean, I get it. We got to see that basically Arthur Fleck is suffering through this psychosis, and it's going to get played out on screen basically through the whole counteractive fact that he wanted to be this outstanding popular stand-up comedian, all while, living in a dream sequence possibly. So when we get to the second film, I'm supposed to basically continue on with this, but now with a musical element. That's what made it crazy. Is that Hangover should have stopped at 1 as well.
Yes. Number 2 was hysterical. Number 2 was hysterical.
Oh, that was in Vegas, right?
Number 3. Yeah, no, the first one was Vegas. Number 2 was in Bangkok. Bangkok was number 2. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That was it. After that, I couldn't really care less.
Jorge, bust up all these goddamn questions.
All right.
Oh, here we go.
Your bottles of water. It's going to be a hefty one.
Jesus Christ.
Let me see.
Nah, there's a joke on the audience. Yeah.
Gregor, you got some good little comments you've been putting in here. Yeah, I like that.
Let's see what we got.
Asked if the Joker 2 deterred us from watching it because of a musical. So here we go.
Yeah. There's going to be people saying probably I didn't even know. Said Joker. Oh, look. And then getting hit by it. Facebook always got some crazy shit. I didn't even know you could put that on Facebook.
All right, here we go.
Some of the music worked with the movie, but not all. The connection is that both actors that played Joker and Harley both sang, and that the main actor had previous biofilm done about another musician. Clearly, it's just too much. WB could have cut some of the music part down and shown a cis play Harley Quinn from the comics, because that's what the fans wanted. The story was less of a story of the Waynes in it and the story of a continuing saga of the Joker. I mean, that's basically why it was called the Joker.
Yeah.
Watching Joker 2 bomb because its existence is predicated by the fact that they hated young white men loving the first movie. What? Jesus.
That's Facebook.
That was comments.
Is that Facebook?
Yep.
That is crazy as shit.
Yeah.
That's what they got from that? Oh, man. See, Jesus Christ.
That's
Hey, yo, where do you be getting this shit? Haven't even seen the first one. I have no interest, as Heath is my one true Joker. So you've never even seen Jack Nicholson as the Joker. That's crazy as hell too.
Or Jared Leto.
Stop. No, all right, you don't have to say
Jared,
Jared.
yo, for real. No, Jared. Yes, Jared. Don't do Jared like that.
Yes, I'm definitely waiting for it to air on Tubi. Who's my Tubi people? Yes, Tubi.
I can't wait for Jonathan.
When people see the ending, they're going to ask for their money back. No, that was the best part for me. No, I was a theater kid, and so I don't mind musicals. What I do mind are sequels that purposely undo every bit of character development from the original for the sake of drama. See, now then that's a good question, Haas. Do you feel like it ripped the character development of Arthur Fleck from the first one?
Do I feel like it ripped the character?
Yeah, like read that second part of what that guy just wrote. What I do mind are sequels that purposely undo every bit of character development from the original for the sake of drama.
Yeah. I agree. I feel like I thought we were going to get to a point where Arthur was turning. Well, he seemed like he was a menace. Like he was turning into a menace figure. That's my opinion. At the end of that movie, like, oh yeah, he's turning into the Joker. Like, so, and then he went back to he reverted to being this lovable fucking numbnuts. Like, yeah.
But like therapy was working.
Yeah.
It being a sequel to the worst DC movie ever made me not want to watch it. There's a lot of people that say that the first one was trash. What is that?
Yo, listen.
Yeah, no, for people who say the first one is trash, grow up.
Well, there's a reason for that because some people
won an academy. They got an Academy Award. Grow up.
People are stuck on seeing the Joker in a certain type of light.
Mm-hmm.
This is a very different iteration.
It was different.
I'll get you next time, Batman.
That's what they wanted.
Yeah.
Skeletor.
Yeah, right.
Hit it.
All right.
The first one turned me away because it was barely related to the Batman mythos. Oh, see, that's that argument that y'all be saying about Batman not being around. Yep. It would have been a better movie of it just about the mental health and not taking place in Gotham and mentioning the Waynes. I honestly don't get why people like this one. They don't like this one.
They hated this one.
They hated this
one.
They
loved the first.
It's just hard for me to watch a Joker without Batman. Yeah, see, there's that argument again. I tried to this Andre. I tried to tell y'all. For people to say the first one was trash, the gym is called RTB Boxing and it's located at MacArthur Boulevard in Fountain Valley. Yo, you trying to whoop some ass?
All right.
You know what you're about, Andre. Only if Batman vs Superman came out like 3 years ago. What? Yo, to be honest, the placement might have been a little bit better that time around if it came out 3 years ago. I want to give a big middle finger to Todd Phillips, you little bitch. How about next time, if you don't want to do a movie, step your ass to the side and give the opportunity to someone else. This movie wasn't Todd. Ass. It wasn't damn, they just gonna have to give it to Todd. Damn, Andre. Is that Andre?
It wasn't Todd's fault.
Damn. He said, honestly, I like the musical elements. It's a guy playing a guitar. I think people had high expectations because the first was so good, and this film they didn't get what they wanted. But honestly, I really liked it. I honestly think it was because of how it shifted tones. I feel that.
I like it.
Listen,
look at y'all trying to keep it.
It's not a 0 on Rotten Tomatoes, so some people liked it. It's going to happen.
Yeah. Look, Everett said, he's like, I guess Andre wants Todd to come to the gym. No, not for the right reasons. Not for the right reasons. The Joker without Batman is valid. The Joker himself said, without Batman, crime has no punchline. Batman is the purpose of the Joker. Correct.
Yeah. All right. Hold on. Let me see something here. All right. Next.
Didn't even know it was a musical until now. We'll wait for it to be released on VHS. Good old VCR. I mean, nobody really wanted a sequel anyway, but It made $1 billion, so I feel like we're going to get it regardless. Correct. That's exactly why you got the second. Because WB executives probably was like, yo, we got to do another one.
Yep.
Musical part turned me off. It's not what fans want. Hope it flops. Probably, yeah. Yes, but honestly, it's the fact that it didn't need a sequel since how detached it felt from the comic films in general, to the point where I don't think there was a way to implement Batman into the series, but that's an entirely different conversation. Correct. Todd made it this bad so they wouldn't ask him to come back. Brilliant. Yeah, look, he shouldn't have came back. He should have just detached himself from this one.
Yeah.
This shouldn't exist. Damn. How can they are not able to execute the bad idea properly is beyond me.
It's Hollywood. It's guaranteed to go bad.
They took the faulty narrator delusional sequences from the first movie and doubled the runtime by including symbolic sequences like rooftop dancing and TV show hosting. Not bad for people who wanted to see more of Arthur Fleck, but Joker was a well-oiled machine compared to Joker 2's struggle to make something innovative. That it was way too many. All right, there's a no. The first one turned me away from watching the second. What? A ripoff of all other classic movies, and people ate it up because it was Joker. The whole franchise is raccoon fool. Show enough. Hey, look, that's Everett.
Yeah.
Oh, Todd, what have you done? You said I had to watch The Dark Knight to cleanse my palate.
I'm about to do that. I like that one.
You said you wasted Gaga's time and talent. I'll make sure hell will be hot for you.
He said I said it.
I said it. I wasted 2 hours of my life on this.
Yep. That's accurate.
Todd is the Joker. He played the songs. I went to the cinema to watch the Joker, and then when I got there, I found that it was a Lady Gaga album. She was in 2 tracks, yo.
Say Gaga's album is still better.
We need to talk, Mr. Phillips. I cried all the way home from the theater. You cannot do this.
And that's all we got.
Damn. Yeah, look. To be honest, like I said, I hope he said, yeah, I said it. Look, I hope for the most part that this does not put like a sour note on fucking on future DC projects. Because the thing is, there's already a stigma around DC projects. So Superman comes up the beginning of next year. Is this gonna be the same thing? I hope not.
Y'all didn't give the same effort for Blue Beetle. So boo.
I love Blue Beetle, and
Blue
nobody
Beetle
went.
Thank you.
Blue Beetle is fantastic.
And nobody went.
Right.
It's the same thing. Like Transformers 1 was awesome. Nobody went. Awesome. Like come to the theater with me. I had to convince Darnell.
Did you?
I was like, yo, just go. Just go to the theater, and I promise you. And he was like, look, I don't want to be disappointed. I was like, you're not going to be disappointed by it. He was like, but it's not Peter Cullen. I was like, you're not going to be disappointed by it.
It's not Peter.
I like, I guarantee you it's going to be flames.
He hasn't stopped talking about it.
Peter Cullen can't do it forever.
And that's what I told him. I was like,
AI can.
Peter AI. See, look, here you go. So this is the thing. Transformers 1 had this trailer to where it seemed like it was like kiddie bullshit. So when you're looking at that context of like, okay, this might be like a kid's movie for Transformers, and Chris Hemsworth is playing like the Optimus character, and then Brian Michael Henry, is that what you call his name? He was playing Megatron. That shit, bro, by the end, I was up in my seat. I was like, yo, this is fucking amazing Cybertron story. An amazing Cybertron story. Couldn't get no better. I recommend it to everybody. Go see Transformers 1. Take all your money over there before it leaves the theaters.
Before it leaves the theater.
Please, because it will leave the theaters. You know how people do nowadays. They'll cut up
HBO Max. I see you calling my name.
Nope.
Paramount Plus.
Yep.
Calling my name.
Yep. All right. So that's our show for today. For everybody, I'm sorry that you went to go see Joker 2.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Hopefully the soundtrack to that shit doesn't go into your Spotify playlist.
Man.
I would hope that doesn't happen to you. I don't wish that on anybody. But it's going to hit the international market this week and actually did better numbers than it did domestically. It's going to hit China and Japan this week. It's probably going to do numbers over there for another week, and then it's probably
musicals there, right?
Who knows?
Oh,
Good for them.
I know.
Good for them because at least they can appreciate shit.
They released in India, right?
They were like, oh,
But
Lady
you know over
Gaga.
here, over here, they appreciate.
Look, if they like Lady Gaga
multiple
singing on a couple
times.
tracks and Joaquin Phoenix fucking tap dancing, so be it. But of course, as always, you can check us out every single Monday, 9 p.m. on YouTube, Facebook, IG, Twitch, X, wherever we're at. Thank you for everybody that laid out your comments. We talked about Agatha, Penguin, and this. Penguin's fucking flames. Agatha, of course, equally is flames. Haas, did you figure out who Rio is?
No, I put it in the thing. It's Lady Death.
Mm-hmm.
I put a comment on IG when I was.
See, figured it out.
Well, no, it was pretty easy to figure out once.
After this episode, yes.
Dre.
Yeah, that part it was easy to figure that out. Which is
Jesus, Japan can't handle.
That's
fucking crazy. That's fucking crazy. God, how dark we getting?
Damn, I'm gonna pin this one.
Yo, but the wait, what was I just talking about?
Oh, we're talking about Lady Death. Lady Death.
Yes. What's awesome is because it seems like her and Agatha has a thing going on, right?
That's what I was talking about.
They had the thing going on, but
they got a thing going on.
You know, Thanos was obsessed with her, and then Thanos,
and Deadpool,
the original Avengers, was supposed to court her, and then they retconned the shit. And he decided he wanted to go.
And also, you know who she finally does fall in love with? She falls in love with Deadpool. Mm-hmm.
So Deadpool, Thanos, and now Agatha.
Mm-hmm. I like it. I like it. It's like an instant thruple.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Gang, of course, once again, check us out every single Monday. We will be talking about Penguin again, talking about Agatha, a whole lot of stuff to basically go see Transformers 1 if you haven't already. I know the gang don't watch it, but fucking Rings of Power, Lord of the Rings did their season finale, and that shit was flames. The hell, cleanse your palate. Watch some other shit. All right. So for everybody else out there watching, please, we will see you guys next week, Monday, 9 p.m. Party nerds go.
Party nerds.